Hi there and welcome to the Barbara Young channel. Welcome to my Friday sews. Well, first of all, I'd like to start by saying Happy New Year and welcome to 2026. This is my first vlog for the new year, the first Friday sews of 2026. And I'm certainly hoping that 2026 is going to be, I don't know, I'd say a good year. I'd like to maybe, but at least I would like to hope better than 2025. 2025 was a bit of up and down year for me. So I suppose I just have to make the best of what 2026 has to give me, don't I? And that's how it goes. So I think what I'll do is I'll start off with what I've been doing over the Christmas break and see where I'm going from there. Well, first up, I've been doing some work on my top that I'm trying to get done and made for an event coming up. I have spent some time on it. I had a little help from a friend as well. So it's all come along quite well, really, I suppose. Yeah, definitely. I think I was struggling quite a bit with this project, and now I do feel a lot more clear about how to progress with it. So it is, and I have mentioned this before, my top that I'm making, that is basically the McCall's 8240. That is the basics of it, the main trunk, torso, whatever you might want to call it for that bodice, but with the fancy sleeve on it, which is from Simplicity 8506, 1930s vintage styles, and it is style B there, that sleeve, the big poofy sleeve. So yeah, so I've been pushing on with that and trying to get my mock-up, which is my tool, however you want to say it, tool, that's why I say mock-up, because I can't pronounce words very well, but never mind, to some point where it actually makes sense to me, and I could work on it. And yeah, so what I've got to is this stage. So I've got a sort of top that's got sleeves on it, and all the main parts of it, constituent parts of it, are all there, and I've sort of worked out how they're sort of flowing and working. What I'll do is I'll put this on so we can actually have a look at it on me, and I can go over the main points of it. Now, as you can see, I've got the top on and it looks a bit baggy and a bit of a dog dinner, quite frankly, but the constituent parts are there that I need to understand. First thing was obviously making the top, which isn't that hard. It's really quite a simple top. It's got this placket here. This will have buttons. So it doesn't show it as buttons, but I am going to put buttons, some little buttons on there just to keep it closed, because that's how I want it. I want it to have a certain structural look to it, to be, I don't know, not slouchy, not like the picture shows for on the front of the envelope. I want it to be a bit more showy, so I want it to sort of sit up a bit more. It will have a collar on, but not this collar. This collar will get made shorter and turned down into more of a stiff collar that's going to be up there, but it's going to be, you know, like you have a collar stand and you just have the stand bit, you know, so it's going to be more like that. I haven't finished messing with that as yet, but I do know what I want. The main problem I had was the sleeves. I had to work out what I was doing with these sleeves, because now this, and you may not be able to see it, but as you can see, hopefully, there are pleating. Now they'll get stitched in a little differently to the way that these are stitched in, but they will have this pleating. But this side's got the number of pleats it should have, but it seemed a bit crowded. So the suggestion was to do it with slightly less pleats. So I have on this side, and it looks better, I feel. So I'm going to go with less pleats on there, but I'm sure it'll work out fine. And then the other thing is that this is meant to be quite poofy. So this has got this cuff on here, but this does not have a button or anything like that, and it sort of just fits over my arm. But what I'll do is I'll put a little bit of elastic in there so it just holds, and then that will hopefully hold it up there, allowing this bit to have some high poof in there. But now The other trouble is that this material is starting to collapse already, and the same will happen with the material I'm hoping to use for this top. So I will have to put something in here to help create a bit more shape to make that hold up so it has that poofiness in there. So I've got a couple of ideas of what can be used to help keep that up. Same on this side, you know, I did the same here. It's exactly the same. Again, I just put the cuff on. I just wanted to see the symmetry of it. Again, I just need to put something in there that will help create that big poofiness up on the top of the sleeve once it's up, because you can see it drops very easily, so I need something to make it stand up there. But having put the sleeves in and put those pleats in there, which was what was confusing and to me completely, I really didn't get it. But yeah, after a bit of work and, like I say, a bit of help and advice from a friend, I actually worked out what I was doing and felt more confident about doing it. So now I feel quite confident in getting on with this and just doing a couple of other little touches, get my notes up properly. I have made some notes, and then make it out of the good fabric once I've got the good fabric, that is. So there we go. That's going to be my top with the big poofy sleeves that I'm going to have, hopefully, if I get it done, for an event coming up this year. So there we go, yes, a fancy top with big poofy sleeves. But yeah, it's a work in progress. This is just the mock-up. Once I do actually buy the fabric for it, then I'll be working with that, and hopefully it won't be too much trouble to get that to work. So there we go, one top almost there as far as the mock-up goes anyway. Now, over the little holiday break that we just had, I did go out to do a bit of thrifting and had a little bit of a look around. Didn't do much, I must admit. It was quite a sort of relaxed time, really, more than anything else, not doing a great deal, which is always the way, isn't it? It's always nice to just do a bit of sewing, do some relaxing and taking it easy. Well, I say I did go out and find a couple of things. I found two patterns. The first one being this one, which is the Butterick 6638, which is that one there. Now, the reason I like this one so much is because this one is as it were, a multi-pattern. It's like an outfit pattern. So you have basically like a top, a jacket, a skirt, and trousers or pants, however you want to say that. And so yeah, so like I say, what you've got here is the model showing the top. It's almost like the jacket itself can be made as a lightweight jacket or as an actual jacket like that. And then you've got the skirt as well, which is a nice skirt. So the jacket, the skirt and the pants are really nice. I'm not so keen on the top, but that's not too bad. But what really drew to me was this image here of it being like a jacket and pants sort of outfit. So almost like a slightly suit type outfit, which looks really nice. So, I mean, yeah, and it seems to suit quite well. So sort of a relaxed suit type outfit. So yeah, so there's a bit of an outfit system going on there, which is really nice. I really like that. Really intriguing, and I would like to make that. So I will have a go at some point. Don't know when. Like with a lot of patterns, I am slowly trying to make some of these other patterns to make the jacket and the pants and the skirt from that one. So I think that would go really nice. So yeah, that's the Butterick 6638. Next up is the Know Me sewing pattern. It's the Know Me ME2021, and it's the Gwen Heng Know Me by Mimi G, and it is that one. which is a fantastic pattern. It's a really lovely looking dress. You've either got it with a bow, or you've got these big long sort of flowing sleeves, or you've got sleeves that have got the a cuff gathered into a cuff, but again they're still long and slightly billowy. So yeah, so all in all, that's quite a nice dress. I really do like that. I like the way that it sits. So yeah, I really do want to have a go at that at some point quite soon, just to see how that particular pattern sits on me. I think it will suit me okay, so I'll have to try it out and see how it goes. There will be a certain amount of probably amendments to be made. I have to do a bit of tailoring and shaping to that, I think, because of the style that it is. But I do like the sleeves as well, those big slightly poofy sleeves on there. So yeah, that was the second one I got. Both of these were just £1 each. So yeah, very nice, lovely looking patterns. That's the Nomi ME 2021 pattern. So there we go. That's 2 patterns that I thrifted. Now, the next item isn't a thrift. I actually went and bought some material, believe it or not. Yes, and I haven't bought material for quite some time actually. It's been a long while since I actually went and spent some money on material. But I like this material. I decided I had this little bit of extra money from, you know, the little festive break we just had, and I thought I'm going to treat myself to a little bit of material. And it is this stuff. Yeah, look at that. Let's get this opened up and have a look. And as you can see, we've got bees on there. If you could, does that show up as bees? Can you see that? Yeah. A really nice fabric. I believe it's a cotton. It didn't actually say whether it's a cotton or not. What we've got on here is some writing. Let me get the whole of the writing. Have a look at it. It says, Andover, created by Renee Nanaman of Need I Love for Andover Fabrics 2024, and then it's got a patent number, and it's called Petite Bee. So yeah, so that is a really nice fabric. It's got a nice flow to it. It's 120 something or something like that in the way of its width. It's not the widest, but it's wide enough, and I've got 2 meters of it because that's all that was left on the bolts. So I had the last of this fabric from the shop that I bought it from. So it's absolutely brilliant. Look at that, it's lovely. Yeah. So yeah, I've got 2 meters. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe a top. I could do a dress, but it wouldn't be able to be a long dress. So I'm not sure as yet, but yeah, I got some fabric and it is lovely. It feels really nice. I think, there's me hiding myself away behind the fabric as I try to fold it back up. There we go. I say it feels like a cotton, but it could be a mix maybe. But who knows, eh? Will give it a wash at some point to see how it goes before I use it. Not sure how long it'll be before I actually get to use that, because knowing me, I've got plenty of other things to be getting on with, but I did want to treat myself to a little bit of fabric, so that's what I've done. So there we go. My little break of what I've been up to just recently. So that's all there is from me, all I've got to talk about really. So the main thing is actually getting some work done on the top and feeling confident that if I get some actual proper fabric for it, I can get on with it. And a little bit of thrifting, a couple of patterns, and a bit of prezi in the way of fabric. That's it. That's all there is. The weather's been terrible. Well, it's not been terrible, actually. It's been quite odd. It's been mixed bag. You know, we're a lot alike over here in the UK. We tend to talk about the weather because it's so mixed. But there you go. It's going to get cold. It has been cold. And it's getting wet and nasty. Now we've got some storm coming in. never mind. It's what it is. And I think what I'll need to do next really is to have a look and work out what I'm going to do for fabric for that top and get that properly finalised, so that I can move on to the next part of the project to go with that top, which is the skirt, which is up there, that I have started, sort of. And I've got to get and sort out the mock-up for that properly, so I need to push on with them. And that's my next targets. I do want to make some bags. I started making some. I've got another skirt up here that I've started, but I might just have to leave them to one side and try and focus on the main stuff that I know that I've got to put my efforts into. So hopefully maybe next week I'll have something else to show you, or be further along on what my current projects are. But you know me, I tend to dither and end up doing something completely different. So who knows what I'll be showing you next week. But that's how it goes. So I think that's it from me this week. So just want to say thank you to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for creating the hashtag #FridaySews. And if you want to watch other people who also do hashtag #FridaySews, just put it in the search box, hashtag #FridaySews, and watch to your heart's content. So I think that's just about it from me now. So if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up, subscribe. Your comments are welcome. I love reading your comments. And if you wish to comment between yourselves, please do, because that's why we come here, to make those connections. So I think it's just left me to say thank you very much for watching my video, and I look forward to seeing my next video. Bye.
Yeah.